Howdy y'all, it's Ryan from RA Music, your mom and pop guitar shop and lesson studio deep in the heart of Texas. That's where I'm at right now. And if you're new to our channel, we are all about entertaining and educating the next generation of musicians and the current generation of musicians. If that's you, you've been playing for a while, but there's still some things you'd like to learn. That's what we're all about. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We like to have a lot of fun and help people learn new things. Now today I'd like to talk about a topic that I find pretty interesting, and I'm interested to see what you guys and gals think about this, and that is, should you learn note names or should you learn intervals? That's right. All right, should you bother to learn the names of the note in your scales? Or should you remember intervals like root, major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, that kind of stuff? Or should you know, if someone says, hey, we're playing in the key of G, you should know that it's the notes you're going to use are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Right? If you're playing a major chord, should you know that this G major chord is a root, major third, perfect fifth? Or should you know that it is a G, a B, and a D? Or in this case, 2 Ds, 1 Bs, and 3 Gs with this particular chord shape. Which one? Now you'll see a lot of teachers and educators online talking about intervals. Minor second, major second, diminished fifth, augmented fourth, perfect fifth, minor sixth, all that stuff. And then you have some people, depending on the instrument, they're talking note names. G, B, D, F sharp, right? So they're note names, right? So which one should you learn? Well, honestly, I think the right answer is both. I think you should learn both of those ways of thinking about notes and their names. And I'll tell you why. Now, the reason I think both are important is because when you're playing with other musicians, it's about communicating, right? And if you're trying to communicate something to another musician, maybe they don't think in terms of intervals, right? Perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major thirds. Maybe they think quickly for them in just standard note names, B flat, E flat, F, all that, your alphabet names of your notes, right? So depending on the situation, depending on the group you're playing with and the instrumentation you're playing with, I think being able to communicate both ways is important. I'll give you examples. Some of the band situations I've been in, I've played with musicians of various levels and backgrounds. I've played in bands with people who were extremely educated, master's degrees, and they could tell you anything you wanted to know about what we were playing. And I've played with people who just played by ear, like pianists who just played by ear, and they kind of knew their chords, but sometimes didn't even know the names of the notes in their chords. They just, you said play a chord and they'll go, oh, okay. Well, what? How do you play a D minor chord? I'm like, what do you mean you don't know how to play a D minor? It's D, F, A. D, F, and A. Oh. But so I've played with various levels of people. People who are strictly by ear and know, they're doing good to know the names of the buttons they're pushing on the piano. And I've played with phenomenal musicians who know everything. So there are various people out there of various levels and backgrounds and experience. And I think being able to communicate with whoever else you're playing with in a way that they understand is very useful. Some people are going to get it if you say, hey, it's just G, B's, and D's. Some people will say, oh, it's root, third, fifth. Root, major, third, fifth, right? Starting on a G. And then some people, you have to tell them, like, okay, put your middle finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret. Put your pointer finger, if you're talking to other guitarists, you can say 5th string, 3rd fret, right? Now, if you try to say that to a piano player, they're like, what are you playing there? And you say, oh, 5th string, 3rd fret. The pianist is going to look at you like, bro, I don't have frets over here. What note are you playing? This note. Now if I get to tell, I'm playing a C. It's a C. Oh, okay, great. C. Boom. Right? So I think knowing both of those is very important. I don't think you'll go wrong kind of learning both those things. Knowing what your major minor chords are. You know, the intervals are great because it's universal. It applies. If you have a major chord, it's a root, major third, and a fifth. Fantastic. I got a text. Sorry about that. Now, if you're thinking the alphabet, you know, the letter names, then of course, you know, a G major is G, B, D, a C major is C, E, G, an E major is E, G sharp, B. There's a little bit more to remember, but there's some shortcuts to memorizing that stuff too. It's not crazy hard. Trust me, if I can learn all that, you can learn all that. Believe me. All right, now if you guys are more interested, if you'd be more interested in learning some strategies to memorize the alphabet letter note names of all your various chords, where they are on the guitar, let me know in the comment section. If you're interested in learning about intervals and you've never really learned about intervals before and how they constructed and how we build chords from those and scales, let me know below. I'm planning on doing a lot more educational videos in the near future, and I'm really interested to find out, what are you guys and gals interested in learning? What's the biggest problem you're having with guitar? What is your biggest frustration with guitar or music in general? Let me know, and I'd like to try to help you guys figure that stuff out. Until then, keep the music alive. The music needs you. We need the music. We need to keep it alive for this next generation of players who are starting their journey for the first time on guitar, drums, piano, all that. And the current players, whatever your age, whatever your level, if you want to get better, I want to help you with that. All right, we'll see you guys next time. So excited. Check out this sweet Schecter. Oh my gosh.